In this video, we're diving into how to install a WordPress theme on your Bluehost hosting account and customize it quickly for a professional look. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build your first website fast. Now, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the process of choosing, installing, and customizing a theme, this guide will take you through each step in plain language. By the end, you'll know how to select a theme that fits your brand, install it via your WordPress dashboard, and make it your own with custom colors, fonts, and layouts. Why choosing the right theme matters. Your WordPress theme is the foundation of your site's design. It controls the layout, typography, colors, and overall feel of your website. A good theme reflects your brand, loads quickly, and offers flexibility. Choosing the wrong theme can slow down your site, limit your customization options, or require heavy code edits to achieve the look you want. When selecting a theme, consider responsiveness, so how it looks on mobile, compatibility with page builders, ongoing updates from the developer, and user reviews. There are thousands of free and premium themes available. Free themes from the WordPress repository are a great starting point, especially if you're on a budget. Premium themes often include additional features, support, and pre-built templates that save you time. The process for installing and customizing a theme is similar whether you choose free or paid. Installing a theme from the WordPress dashboard. Now, first things first, if you don't already have your Bluehost hosting plan, then click the link down in the description. You can get started now by clicking the button that says Get Started Now. It'll bring you down to their 3 different plans. There's the starter plan, the business plan, and the e-commerce essentials plan. Now, right off the bat, I'm not gonna go through every single last detail on here. I'll either just pause the screen now, or you can just click the link down in the description to choose the one that's right for you. If this is your very first website, maybe it's a basic website, maybe you plan to do a little bit of e-commerce and maybe some like digital products that you sell from your website, then this starter plan is gonna be more than enough. But if you need more security, more storage, more backups, just more everything, then the business plan will probably be a good update for you. Now, I only recommend the e-commerce essentials if you're serious about e-commerce, or maybe you already have a store and you're looking to transfer hosts, then this could be a good option. But for most of you watching, again, if this is your very first website, this will probably be overkill. So for this example, let's just choose the starter plan. Now, from here, you can go ahead and register a new domain. You get a free domain with all of these plans, which is a huge plus. So you can go ahead and search for it now, or in this example, I'll just choose it later. And then we choose our term. So for 3 years, it's gonna be $136.44, which is a great deal, honestly. Maybe we're not willing to commit that much, or we don't wanna spend that much today. We can go ahead and change this to 1 year. Now, we're not gonna get as good of a deal. It's gonna be less money up front, but it's going to cost more effectively per month, and then we're gonna renew at a higher rate sooner than if we went the other way. But hey, if we wanted to go that route, we could. So again, if you wanna get started with Bluehost, click the link down in the description and choose a plan that's right for you. Step 1, log in to your WordPress admin. So we're gonna start by logging into our WordPress dashboard. If you install WordPress through Bluehost one-click installer, you can access your admin area by visiting yourdomain.com/wp-admin and entering in your credentials. Now, once logged in, you'll see the WordPress dashboard with a menu on the left-hand side. So let's get there now. I'm gonna go inside of my Bluehost admin here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add a website, and we're gonna install WordPress and click continue. For now, we'll just call this my first website, and we'll go ahead and click continue. We'll use a temporary domain for now and click continue, and we'll go ahead and skip all that for now. We'll skip that for now, and we're gonna go ahead and just let WordPress install in the back. All right, so it looks like WordPress is done installing. We're going to go ahead and, how would you like to start? Neither of these options, to be honest. Okay, so I just came back to Bluehost here, and I'm clicked on WordPress admin, and now we're here inside of WordPress. So let's go ahead and do some of those steps that we just talked about. So we'll hover over appearance here on the left-hand side. We'll click on themes, and here we can go ahead and again see the themes that are already installed on this website. So right now the active theme is the Bluehost Blueprint. So if I command click this right here, we can open up what our website looks like in a new tab. So as you can see, it's super basic. Obviously there's no content on there, but there's not even any sample content or anything, and there's no design, or it's literally just a black and white website. website. So we're gonna fix that super easily. So here under themes, we'll go ahead and click on WordPress.org themes. And this is where you can go ahead and search. So here are some of those filters here that you can use to, go ahead and find a theme that's gonna work for you. You could just scroll here and find one that you like. Now I'm gonna walk you through an example that I use for my website and what I highly recommend you do as well. So we're gonna search for a theme, and it's called the Blocksy theme, and you'll see why I like this in a second. So here it is. We can go ahead and preview it. So if we click on it, we can see, again, it's super basic. How is this even any different? Well, it looks like there's a little bit of sample content in there, but that's not what it is that makes me like this theme. So I'm gonna go ahead and click install, and we'll go ahead and click activate. So again, here was what our website looked like when we just launched WordPress. Now, if I go ahead and reload this, we can see it's still pretty lame. That's okay. We're gonna get there in just a second. Step 4, install and activate the theme. So if you like what you see in the preview, you can click install. WordPress downloads and installs the theme files onto your site. Once installed, click activate to make the theme live. Your site will now use the new theme, though it may not look exactly like the demo yet because it needs to be customized. Step 5, uploading a premium theme. Now, if you've purchased a premium theme from a marketplace like ThemeForest or elsewhere directly from a developer, you'll receive a zip file. So to install it, we'll return to appearance, theme, add new, and instead of browsing the theme directory, we'll click upload a theme. Then just choose the zip file from your computer and click install now. When the upload completes, click activate. Now, some premium themes require an additional license key, which you typically find in your purchase confirmation. Now, alternatively, you can install a theme via FTP or the file manager in Bluehost cPanel. So use an FTP client to connect to your server, navigate to the wp-content/themes, and unload the unzipped theme folder. Then log into your WordPress dashboard, go to themes, and activate it. This method is useful if your theme file is too large to upload through the dashboard, but for most users, the built-in uploader works just fine. Customizing your theme quickly. Okay, so before we get into the next step here, I'm gonna show you why I personally like the Blocksy theme. So here we are, we just installed and activated the Blocksy theme, and it still looks pretty lame. But before we leave this page here, we can see this right here. It's asking us to install the Blocksy companion. We're gonna do that. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then over here on the left-hand side, we're gonna have a new tab called Blocksy. Inside of that Blocksy tab, we're gonna come to starter sites. Now, this is why I really like this theme. Blocksy theme, it's super responsive, it's super lightweight, and it has these starter sites so you can have a professionally designed website in just a couple minutes. So as you can see, all these ones here, they say pro. So those ones require an active plan. But we're gonna go here and we're gonna select free. And then we have all these different options to look through. So again, pick the one that you like. Maybe you're not a barber, but you like the barbershop one. Maybe you offer a similar service or some sort of service, and that's gonna work for you. It doesn't have to be exact. Now, that being said, I wouldn't choose, like this tasty one if you're like a auto shop or something. Some of these starter sites have built-in post types, so things other than just a blog post or a page that you can create with specific templates. So like, let's preview this tasty website and we come to recipes. So this one in particular, it's got all these recipes, which sort of just looks like a blog. But if you click in here, you can see that it's formatted a little differently. You scroll down here and it's got these ingredients and directions. So this post type comes with this template or starter site. So essentially what I'm saying is you don't have to pick, one of these starter sites that perfectly exactly matches what you do or what you're trying to do, but you kind of want to maybe get in the same ballpark, although a lot of this stuff is customizable down the road. So let's go ahead and close these couple windows here. And we're just going to create, kind of like a personal website, kind of a basic blog. So let's select blog. And these are all the ones with a blog. Now it's funny, it has that tasty one up there, but let's go with this one. We're gonna go with charity, and we'll go ahead and click import. Now what you want to do is you want to install it as a child theme, click next, and then choose your page builder. So there's a couple different ways that you can build pages. So think of it like this. You can either use WordPress's built-in page builder, which is Gutenberg, or probably the most popular page builder for WordPress is Elementor. So that's what I'm going to choose. Brizy is another page builder that I'm not super familiar with. I prefer Elementor, and that's what I'm comfortable with. So, if you're not sure what to do, I would go with Elementor. It's super popular. There's tons of content out there on how to use it. So that's what I'm going to select. And then we'll go ahead and just let it install these plugins. We'll go ahead and click install, and it takes just a couple seconds here to install, and you're going to see how quickly our website goes from this. So WordPress comes with a built-in customizer that lets you adjust your site's appearance in real time. We access it by going to Appearance and Customize. On the left-hand side, you'll see a panel with options such as site identity, colors, menus, widgets, homepage settings, and additional theme-specific options. On the right, you'll see a live preview of your website. Okay, so before we get into that, it looks like our site has been imported. So this is again what it looked like before. I'm just going to refresh our page, and boom, you can see we have a professional looking website. Now, obviously this isn't our content or anything, so we need to go in and make some major changes, but we're not staring at a blank, boring screen anymore. We've got this projects section here, which we click on it. This one's specific for, charity. So that's like sort of that different post type I was telling you about. We've got an about page here. We've got a volunteer page here. So this is sort of, again, like a different like about us sort of page. We've got news. This looks sort of like the blog, I would imagine. We click on that. Yeah, this is like a blog. And then a contact page, all with just a couple of clicks. Now, if we want to customize this stuff, we'll come over here, hover over appearance, and click customize. And now we are inside of the WordPress theme customizer. So site identity. Here you can upload a logo, set your site title and tagline, and choose a site icon, the small little icon that appears in the browser tab. Now, if you don't have a logo yet, then type your blog or business name in a simple readable font. You can always update that later. So if we click here on site identity, we can go ahead and see, again, here's where we have that title and tagline and the site icon. Next is colors and font. Now, depending on your theme, you may have color palette options or individual settings for background, text, and accent colors. Choose colors that match your brand and provide good contrast for readability. For fonts, some themes integrate with Google Fonts, allowing you to select from hundreds of typefaces. Pick one or two fonts, one for headings and one for your body text to keep your design consistent. So we'll come back here a little bit and I'll show you where you can change colors. So if we come here, we scroll up, we go to colors. This is where we can go ahead and change this palette. Now, what's nice about this is you can sort of like look on the page and see, where a color is, and then you can go change that. So let's go ahead and change this yellow. Maybe we'll change it to something green, and you can see it changes things like that donate button. It's this up button here. We click on maybe something like projects, and we can see like that color changes there. It changes there. So, we'll leave that like that for now, just so you can see the difference. Now, these links, again, it has these two colors. So this is the initial cover. This is the hover cover. Maybe we want to change that color to something like a pink. I don't know, just so you can really see the difference here. We'll go ahead and change that here as well. And now when we go ahead and hover, we can see how that changes. So this is a lot easier than having to go in and change every instance of this color. That would be an absolute nightmare and no one would ever do it. So luckily you can just do this site wide. Now as for fonts, we come in here to typography, and this is again where we have the base font. We have a heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, buttons, quotes. So you can go ahead and, change all of this stuff throughout your website. So if we come here, let's go to news and let's just like open up a blog article. Now, if I go ahead and come in here, we change this. Let's just change this from 16. We'll just double it to 32. And we can see how that gets way bigger. If we change it to something like 8, we can see how small that is. So I think something at least at like 16 is good, and people will be able to see it and read it. Menus. Set up your navigation menus here. So you can create a new menu and give it a name, for example, primary menu. And you can add pages, categories, or custom links. Then assign the menu to a location like header or footer, depending on your theme's available menu locations. You can use drag and drops to reorder menu items or create sub menus. So over here, we'll go ahead and exit out of the typography. We'll hit cancel. We'll come back here, and if we scroll down, we'll go to menus, and this is where we have menu 1 currently set to header 1 menu. So that's this left-hand side over here. We've got home, projects, about. If I take projects and I move it up, we can see how that moves. So that's how you can go ahead and reorder your menu menu here. Again, if I took like the about page and I brought it like that, you can see how it's sort of indented there. And now when you hover over home, it'll also have that about section. We can see that little drop down there as well. So if you want some sub menus, that's how you can do that. Now if I go ahead and drag it back out like this, now we'll go ahead and see edit as its own menu item. Widgets. Widgets are blocks of content that can appear in sidebars, footers, or other widget areas defined by your theme. Some common widgets include search bars, recent posts, categories, and social media icons. You can drag widgets into the desired areas and configure their settings. For example, in your blog sidebar, you might add a search widget, recent posts, and a newsletter sign up widget. So let's go do that now. We'll come to the news section, which is sort of like the blog for this page or for this theme, and we'll come back. We'll go to widgets. So here we are. It's saying your theme has 4 other widget areas, but this particular area isn't one of them. So you navigate to the other pages on your site while using the customizer to view and edit the widgets. All right, so maybe this. Okay, so here is a widget area, for example. So this is part of a footer, and this is where you can go ahead and make any changes to that. Customizing theme-specific options. So many themes include their own custom options panel accessible through the customizer or a separate menu item under appearance. These options might let you choose different header layouts, enable or disable elements, adjust blog post layouts, or add custom CSS. So take time to explore these settings. If your theme offers importable demo content, you can import it to replicate the theme's demo design and then replace the content with your own, like we've done here, using page builders for advanced customization. Now, if you want even more control, consider using a page builder plugin like Elementor, like we talked about earlier, or even the WordPress block editor Gutenberg. Page builders provide drag and drop interfaces and pre-built templates, making it super easy to create custom pages without code. Some themes are optimized for specific page builders, so check your theme documentation to ensure compatibility. With a page builder, you can design landing pages, sales pages, or portfolios that match your brand perfectly. Quick customization tips. Keep it simple. It's super tempting to try every feature, but simplicity makes your site look polished. Use consistent colors and fonts, and avoid cluttered layouts. White space improves readability. Mobile first. Preview your site on different screen sizes. Adjust padding margins and font sizes to ensure your site looks good on mobile. Many visitors will use their phones, so mobile usability is crucial. Load time. Choose a lightweight theme and compress your images. Heavy themes with many scripts can slow down your site. Install a caching plugin and use a content delivery network if needed. Accessibility. Make sure you use sufficient color contrast and readable font sizes. Add alt text to images so screen readers can describe them. A more accessible site reaches a wider audience and improves user experience. So installing and customizing a WordPress theme on Bluehost is a super straightforward process once you know the steps. Start by choosing a theme that aligns with your brand and goals. Install and activate it through your WordPress dashboard. Then customize it using the customizer and any theme-specific settings. Keep your design simple, mobile-friendly, and accessible. Update your theme regularly and consider using a child theme for advanced customizations. With these steps, you can transform a plain WordPress installation into a polished, professional site in a short amount of time. So if you want to get started with Bluehost, we've got that link for you down in the description below. This is an affiliate link, which means we earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you, and these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using it, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the channel, we make videos on how to create websites, explore different website builders, discuss domain names, and so much more, so be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.